If you're thinking about buying the HP Reverb G2 for your VR setup, hold on because there's a lot you need to know before dropping your cash on this headset. I'm about to reveal some honest insights about the HP Reverb G2, the good, the bad, and the unexpected issues that might seriously affect your virtual reality experience. But here's what surprised me. Despite the sleek design and Valve's involvement in the lenses, this headset isn't the VR savior everyone hoped it would be. In fact, there's a bunch of problems hiding beneath the surface that you rarely hear about. So if you want to avoid disappointment and get the most bang for your buck, keep watching. Because today, we're diving deep into the HP Reverb G2 and why it might not be the VR headset for you, at least not without some serious considerations. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you this. Are you someone who wants top-tier visual clarity, comfort, and an immersive VR experience, but without spending a fortune on an Oculus or Valve Index? Or maybe you're a PC VR enthusiast looking to explore Steam VR content on a relatively affordable headset. If so, the HP Reverb G2 seems like a perfect match on paper. It boasts dual 2160x2160 LCD panels with Valve-designed lenses, a 90 Hz refresh rate, and full RGB stripes for vivid colors. Plus, it includes integrated Valve speakers known for off-ear comfort and excellent audio quality. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, stick around because there's a catch or two. Here's a quick promise. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what works with the Reverb G2, where it stumbles, and who should actually consider buying it, so you don't waste your money on something that might collect dust in your closet. And spoiler alert, I might just convince you that this headset is more of a niche product than the all-around VR solution it claims to be. But don't cancel your cart yet. There's a silver lining I'll share at the end. Jumping into the deep dive, the HP Reverb G2's headline feature is its display technology. Two sharp LCD screens with a combined resolution of 4320x2160. That's 2160x2160 pixels per eye, offering a crisp image that VR fans crave. Valve's involvement in the lenses brings noticeable improvements in clarity compared to previous generations, minimizing the annoying screen door effect that plagued older VR headsets. The Fresnel spherical lens design gives you a 114-degree field of view, which is decent but slightly less expansive than some competitors. This means objects can feel a bit clipped at the edges, breaking the immersive feel for some users. Sound quality is another highlight. The off-ear speakers, designed by Valve, sit about 10 millimeters from your ears to avoid discomfort during extended gaming sessions. It's like having your favorite playlist playing softly in the background without the hassle of headphones tangling you up. The audio experience won't blow you away if you're an audiophile, but for gaming and casual VR use, it's more than adequate. Tracking comes via 4 cameras, 2 front-facing and 2 side-facing, combined with internal sensors. This inside-out tracking means you don't need external base stations or extra accessories, making setup more straightforward. However, let me interject here. Users have reported occasional tracking glitches, especially in darker rooms or cluttered environments. The motion controllers, redesigned to be smaller and ergonomic, connect via Bluetooth, providing natural hand movement, but again, tracking can sometimes feel finicky if you move outside the camera's sight. That cable, the famous 6-meter length, is another double-edged sword. Sure, it's thinner and lighter than before, giving you more freedom to move, but tethering to your PC still means you're not getting the ultra-liberated VR experience that wireless headsets promise. Oh, and bonus joke. Why did the VR gamer break up with his wireless headset? Because it just didn't have enough bandwidth for commitment. But seriously, if cables annoy you, this might be a deal breaker. Now here comes the contrasnap. Despite all these specs, HP Reverb G2 sits at a middling 3.5-star rating on Amazon. Not terrible, but far from stellar. Customers highlight some notable problems that often get glossed over in initial reviews. One of the biggest complaints is the headset's comfort, or lack thereof. While the design includes magnetic detachment and flex materials for customization, the headset can feel heavy on the front and causes fatigue in longer VR sessions. It's not the nightmare that older gen headsets were, but you'll definitely notice it after an hour or two. Another commonly discussed pain point is the setup experience. Although it claims quick and easy plug-and-play compatibility with Steam VR and Windows Mixed Reality, many users struggle with driver conflicts, software bugs, and frequent disconnects. If you're not tech-savvy, this can be frustrating and time-consuming. Imagine expecting to dive into the metaverse but spending your time troubleshooting instead. Joke time. Why don't VR users ever get lost? Because they keep rebooting their headset instead of their GPS. One detail that's rarely mentioned until after purchase is the stringent minimum system requirements. To run the headset at full resolution smoothly, you need a pretty beefy PC. Think NVIDIA RTX 2070 or higher, and an Intel i5 or Ryzen 5 processor. If your PC specs fall below that, you'll have to drop the resolution or refresh rate, which defeats the purpose of investing in this visually impressive headset. So if your gaming rig looks more like a potato than a powerhouse, beware. But wait, here's the twist. While many VR reviewers bash the Reverb G2 for these shortcomings, it actually shines under certain scenarios. If you're a simulator fan, flight sim, racing sim, or even medical training apps, the crystal-clear visuals of the G2's LCD panels can be a game changer. The image quality is arguably better than the Valve Index in many respects, especially in readability and text clarity. For these users, the slightly narrower field of view and cable tether keep the experience focused without distractions. So if you fall into this niche category, the Reverb G2 might just be the headset you've been waiting for. Also, the flexibility in IPD adjustment lets users customize lens spacing, which is critical for reducing eye strain and achieving that sweet spot in clarity. Some VR headsets don't even attempt this, so it's a plus that HP addressed it, even if other areas still lag behind. Now, considering the Amazon price point, which tends to fluctuate, the Reverb G2 sits in the mid to upper price range for high-end consumer VR headsets. This strikes a balance between affordability and performance, aiming to outdo Oculus Quest 2 in visuals, but falling short in wireless freedom and user-friendliness. Here's where you need to ask yourself, are razor-sharp visuals your top priority? Or does a smoother, hassle-free experience with effortless tracking and a wireless setup matter more? If you want my honest recommendation, the HP Reverb G2 is ideally for VR enthusiasts with a high-end gaming PC, who don't mind sitting tethered, and who specifically want the best possible image resolution for detailed virtual environments. This includes professionals using VR for work, sim racing or aviation hobbyists, and serious gamers who prioritize pixel-perfect clarity over expansive field of view and ultimate comfort. For casual users or beginners, the learning curve and reported comfort issues might make this headset more trouble than it's worth. Here's a quick rehook. Wondering if the Reverb G2 can keep up with new VR releases or the upcoming wireless headsets? Stick around because the VR landscape is changing fast, and I'll clue you in on whether the Reverb G2 is a future-proof buy or a last-gen remnant. As we wrap things up, here's what you need to remember. The HP Reverb G2 delivers jaw-dropping graphic fidelity and excellent audio, thanks to Valve's involvement, but comes with trade-offs, comfort quirks, tricky setup, and tracking issues in certain conditions. It's not the perfect VR headset for everyone, but if you prioritize impeccable visuals and have the hardware and patience to support it, it can be a solid investment. And the best part, you can currently find the HP Reverb G2 on Amazon with pricing that shifts quickly depending on sales and stock. If you want to snag the best deal, check the link in the description below. Remember, prices change fast, so timing your purchase right can save you big bucks. Final joke to lighten the mood. Why did the VR headset quit its job? Because it just couldn't handle the pressure of real life anymore. So if you're ready to immerse yourself fully into virtual adventures, the Reverb G2 might be your portal, despite its flaws. Thanks for watching this honest review. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth product breakdowns. And if you do pick up the HP Reverb G2, let me know your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear if your virtual journey was smooth sailing or full of unexpected turbulence. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.